Welcome to Cigar Audit. Matt and Ed here to review the Monte Cristo Double Edmundo from good old Cuba. So Mr. Ed, now that you're back and that crazy looking baboon isn't sitting in that spot anymore, what does your cigar look and feel like?
Well, that's got a little, like a waxy sheen to it, I guess. Not exactly oily, but more waxy, I think.
Yeah.
Tight seams. Feels pretty well packed, but it feels unusually light to me.
Yeah, it does. And I will say I've had one of these about 2 weeks ago, and it was kind of plugged, so I'm not sure. That's kind of weird. What kind of aroma do you get?
A little musty, barnyard, not overly strong.
Yeah,
not
I would say
overly
it's,
aromatic.
no, it's not. It's pretty light. It's more musty on the foot, but I would say the one thing I would add is there's a fair amount of veins. I would say moderate. It's not heavy, but it's certainly moderate.
I don't think it's that bad.
How's your cap look? Because mine looks pretty good, actually. Nice triple.
I thought I grabbed a good one.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're screwed now.
Mine's nicer than yours.
Okay.
Isn't it?
Oh, mine looks pretty good. Look at
Let's
that.
compare tips.
I can see, touch the tip. Anyway, it looks really good. So
a lot of times with well-constructed cigars, I have a hard time telling whether it's a double or triple because you can't.
Because they overlap.
They're so well done, and this one seems to be pretty well done.
Well, this one I can see 1, 2, 3 lines. It's perfect. So anyway, we'll cut these up, see what the pre-light's like.
The draw's fairly open. There's a little resistance to it, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm not. Getting a little bit of a sweetness, I think. I was going to say that Cuban tobacco, but I think it's more of a sweetness. I can't really wrap my tongue around it.
You can't wrap your tongue around the sweetness?
It's like a sweet, some sort of sweet, little sweet spice.
Sweet spice, all right. I get woodiness too. Do you get like a tobacco woodiness and sweetness?
No.
No, I do.
You took your pill this morning then, huh?
I did, the blue one. So anyway, the draw is actually more open on this one than the previous one, so I'm hopeful that this is going to provide.
I guess I do get a little twigginess, not
Yeah.
necessarily wood.
Let's get it fired up. Let's catch it on fire. Wow. Lots of smoke. That's my very first impression. And I would say kind of like a toast and sourdough toast. You don't get a slight sourness to it. You know, like how I love smoke
mine is more like a sourdough Utz pretzel from Hamburg. Yeah, it's still that sweetness and the spice on the retro hail is sort of it's a sweet spice to me. It's not very peppery at all.
I would agree. I think that the spice that I'm getting spice on the draw and the finish. And I would say if there is any black pepper, it's very, very minimal. I would say it's mainly like like a sweet paprika, like you said before.
I just got a hit of the pepper though.
Yeah, I got a little bit of the black pepper on the finish, but I'm getting more of like a sweet paprika and a cinnamon and maybe clove, and then just a hint of black pepper. Through the nose, it's super smooth. I'm not getting any black pepper. I get some white pepper, some vegetable notes, but nothing harsh by any means.
What vegetable is like a green pepper?
Like a bell pepper of some sort, but bell pepper and like a white pepper spice to it. It's good.
It's one of the better cigars I've had lately. I've had some big duds in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, so far this is performing a lot better than the one I had a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Since I promised that this cigar's box code is UME November 2013. So these actually have some age on them, so they should really perform well. This particular cigar, the Double Edmundo, is 6.1 inches long with a 50 ring gauge. So far so good. Good start. So we'll finish the first third here, and we'll let you know how it progressed. Welcome back to Cigar Audit. Matt and Edward here to go over the first third of the Double Edmundo. So Mr. Ed, your first third, how's it been?
For me, not a lot of changes. I started to get a little wonky burn, and I had to ash, and then when I ashed it went out and I had to relight it. I mean, I was afraid of ashing on the table since Matthew gave me this honking big ashtray. So I felt compelled to ash so I wouldn't get it all over the table, and then I had to relight.
Well, thank you for that. Thank everyone for that.
Well,
would you like to switch? We can switch. We can switch.
a little different.
Here, we can switch.
No,
Okay.
I'm very flexible. I'm dealing with it.
Are you flexible?
Well, it got it in there.
That's what. Yeah. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
that's what they said.
So, I still have the sweetness, the Cuban tobacco taste, the spice, very, very mild white pepper, I think. A little bit of, the bell pepper I can taste. I mean, I'm not getting these huge plethora of flavors that you are, but.
Well, I'm getting the first third. For a little while, I would say 3 or 4 draws. I got definitely a milk chocolate, which is that quintessential Monte Cristo flavor that you get. It fairly quickly moved to a more of a creamy flavor and creamy texture. Everything about it is more of a cream and vegetal note. But I would say through the nose, it's definitely more vegetal. Not much spice. The finish is pretty clean. I think the finish kind of gives you some of that maybe cinnamon and clove type of finish, but it doesn't last very long. At least mine's not. But I think it's performing well. My ash is holding on very strong.
You have quite a bit more room for error with your ash.
Yeah. But anyway, the draw is perfect. I would say that the different flavors between the draw and the retrohale and the finish is the draw is definitely creamier. The retrohale gives you more of that vegetal note, and the finish definitely gives you some of those sweeter spices like a little bit of cinnamon, clove, a hint of black pepper, but really not that much black pepper. I don't know. Are you getting any black pepper?
Mostly white. Now, I would not categorize a clove as a sweet spice.
But it's mixed with, maybe that's what I'm saying is more of a hint of black pepper. It's maybe that little bit of clove mixed in with cinnamon. I think that's what it is. It's not black pepper, but it's more of a clove and cinnamon. So far so good, performing well in the first third. So we'll get down into past the second third and we'll let you know how it was. Welcome back to Cigar Audit. Matt and Ed here to go over the second third of the Edmundo, Double Edmundo from Monte Cristo. Edward, your second third, sir?
Not really that much of a change. Maybe through the nose, spice is a little bit stronger, but still very mild. Still that sweetness, a little bit of bell pepper for me. Of note is that woodiness that you had on the pre-light draw. I haven't gotten any of that at all.
Neither have I haven't gotten any, and maybe it's more of the woodiness that comes from the humidor. I don't know, but so we were talking earlier. I got my second third was definitely still creamy. I get the vegetal notes through the nose, and very light, sweeter spices on the finish. But my draw is more of a little bit of sour cream to it, like a sourness to it, and not unpleasant in any way, but different for a Monte Cristo. But in general, I think it's performing well. I did have a burn issue. I did do a correct, and I took a picture of it so you'll see it on the video. But in general, I think it's performing well. I wouldn't say it's great though, would you?
Nah, I'd say it's average.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I'm disappointed because of what they're supposed to be. I'm not disappointed because it actually is performing better than the one I had a few weeks ago. But nonetheless, pleasant cigar.
Yeah.
In general, I would say that the body of this cigar is medium bodied, and the strength I would say is mild. Would you agree?
Yeah, the flavors are definitely no greater than medium.
My expectation of a cigar that large, essentially to Toro size, over 6 inches and 50 ring gauge, I would hope for at least 4, pretty sizable transitions, and I'm not getting that. So that's disappointing. So far, so good. Not great, but good. And we'll get down to the end of the cigar and tell you how it finishes up. Matt and Ed here to go over the final third of the Monte Cristo Edmundo, Double Edmundo, pardon me. So Edward, your last third, how's it been?
For me, quite an unremarkable cigar.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't taste bad. It's not a throwaway or
No.
a yard gar, but I don't think it's cracked up to what it's billed to be.
It's not a Jose Piedra though.
No. I would smoke that. What are you laughing at? You probably just had one today.
I did have one.
There you go.
I was cutting grass though, so I didn't care what it tasted like. My last third is similar in the fact that the flavors haven't changed as far as the core flavors are concerned, but I will say that it's gotten earthier, a little grubby, more so than the first 2/3.
See, mine really hasn't. I mean, it's still fairly clean, but it's average stick, I'd call it.
Yeah, and I've had some burn issues. It did go out on me, and it's been burning hot for like the last couple of inches, which is disappointing for this level of cigar. And in general, I would say construction has been average at best. This last third, I would say it's been kind of muddy in flavors. Through the nose, you still get some vegetable notes. You still get some cream, sour-ish cream notes, but nothing remarkable at all. So I would agree with you. Disappointing for this level of cigar, and back in 2013, these were thought as great cigars, and that's where the box date was back in 2013. I don't know, maybe they're in a weird transition as far as aging is concerned, which could be. So maybe they another 6 months to a year, and maybe it'll taste different. But so far, not impressed.
I mean, I would think that they've been down long enough.
It's an average smoke. Not great, that's for sure. So how would you rate your cigar?
I was thinking about a 90, but I think I'm going to knock it down a little bit to like about 89.
I'm going to surprise you. 88. I'm going 88. The first third, I would have said it was in the low 90s, but it's just progressively gotten more muddy, less refined, and just kind of boring. If this was a Petite Corona, I might have enjoyed it more because it wouldn't have been that long of a smoke. But in general, it's very disappointing. And these cigars, if you buy them by the box, you're probably talking, I think I paid $10 each or something like that. So for a $10 stick, compared to the normal Edmundos, which I would say right now are smoking great. I had one the other day. I would have said that was a 88 or a 98 or something along those lines. So To have it an 88 is really disappointing.
Well, I mean, if somebody would like to send us 5 or 6 different boxes of different months and years so we could compare them all.
So
that
Habanos,
would be really interesting.
So Habanos, if you're listening, send us a couple different years of all the different cigar. Yeah, that's gonna happen.
No, just these.
Oh, just the Double Edmundo?
We'll start there.
Okay, that sounds good. I am confident that Habanos SA is not sending us boxes of cigars. But in general, I it's not unpleasant, so don't take it the wrong way. But this cigar is supposed to perform a lot better than this, and so is what it is. You can't win them all. Hopefully, the next cigar we review will be a high 90s. That would be great, wouldn't it? We'll have to.
Get the Jose Pietros out.
No, I was thinking of the Coavas that I got in there.
Well, that'd be off the scale.
Yeah, it'd be 110. So anyway, thank you for watching.
I like them, by the way, and I like Jose.
What, the
Pietros.
Jose's?
I like them both.
The Coavas.
For what they cost, I like them.
The flavor of the Coavas, I will say, has some good flavors. It's very different, and
every once in a while, a Jose Piedra, you get a decent one. That's worth it.
one out of 7 or 8. Sure.
What's the highest rated video review or the most views on our entire site?
The Jose Piedra.
There you go.
It's so good, everybody watches.
Does that mean there's a lot of cheap bastards that watch our site?
Probably.
Well, that's what that means.
Well, thank you for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Check us out on the Instagram, Facebook, Twitter tube stuff. And don't forget to check out cigaraudit.com. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Goodbye.